Shalom. This is yours truly, Pastor Marshall. Again, just with another thought about the triclinium table. As you remember the picture, the photo that I showed last time, and I kind of showed up again. Um, to the left, the host sat in the middle. To his left was the guest of honor, and which is pretty interesting because. Um, And to the guest of honor, this is where you would have sop. You'll see Yeshua doing that um, in chapter 13, which is one of the wonderful chapters. And you'll see to Yeshua's right would be John. John, when they said the one whom he beloved, lay his head on his chest. So he was the one, because they were sitting at the triclinium table, they were actually leaning flat. It was actually laying on the ground. They weren't sitting upright. They were laying on the ground, and they were kind of in a relaxed position, much like you would have when you're on a couch. It's a time of chilling. You're relaxing, you're taking it easy. And John was the one that kind of leaned, because they're laying on, if usually think about laying on your left side on the ground, how you laying on the side, much like if you're laying on the side on the couch. Think about it. And John lays his head back on the chest of Jesus. I've heard a lot of preachers, even me coming up, they said it was Peter. It wasn't Peter. Peter was on the other side of the table. John is the one whom he beloved. That's why you'll see the different aspects to that. You would actually see that in some of his letters, his epistles. This was John at that side. So you had John was there laying his head on his chest. I'll deal with John in another segment. And then you had the guest of honor on the other side, where he dipped his bread. They usually eat with their right, dipped his bread, fed him some sop. Um, and so the question becomes, the question I want to say to you is, your enemy is your guest of honor at your table of life. Your enemy can do far more for you than even your friends, because it was Judas Iscariot. You got him trying to give you another eyes view at the table. It was his antics and his foolishness that positioned Mashiach or Messiah into his predetermined purpose, was to be the Passover lamb, where we find the most passage scripture, powerful scripture. God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever shall believe him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Your guest of honor is your enemy at your table of life. God will utilize or permit the sin in somebody else's life to position you in your predetermined purpose. He will permit at times the sin in someone else's life to perfect you in an area in your life where you're weak. This is why you cannot wrestle with flesh and blood. You got to see the bigger picture at hand. Okay. There's no sense of you losing character and playing these games. The church is full of games, even among preachers. They just full of games. But your enemy is your guest of honor. Feed him some sop. Yeah, feed him some sop. Because you'll find out that your enemies is the ones that will position you for your promotions. They become the ones that cultivate character. And character means more, because I don't care how gifted and talented you are. If you don't have character, you're in trouble, because your credentials and your character, your credentials and your talents and your giftings, they get you indoors. They get you indoors. But it is the fruit of the Spirit that sustains you and maintenances what doors have opened for you. And that is the thought I want to leave with you. Stop fighting with them. Just recognize their purpose. They're the guest of honor. God bless you.